The feeling of hitting rock bottom from opioid abuse is sadly a feeling so many people in our region know all too well. Tonight, a story of hope from a true American hero who found himself addicted to pain pills after serving our country. News Channel 3's Amanda Barron joins us now in Charleston with his story. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Tim. Justin Minyard served our country on several tours to Iraq and Afghanistan. And Justin, now you travel the world to tell people about chronic pain and that there is an answer beyond opioids.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And most importantly, thank you for your service to our country, because you have quite the story to tell. You were injured. You had several spinal cord injuries as a result of your service to our country. You were rescuing someone in the Pentagon on 9/11 when you were injured.
Yes, ma'am.
You were on a helicopter on a mission. You fell out of the helicopter, and that's when the trouble started.
It did. I had eight combat deployments total for cumulative 6 years in between Iraq and Afghanistan. And when you combine multiple injuries with multiple surgeries, minimal recovery time, and what combat just does to your body over an extended period of time, sure, I just caused some irreparable damage to my spine. I was medevaced. I came back off my last deployment in 2008, and I couldn't walk. And so I had a massive spinal fusion, and that fixed my body, but it didn't fix the pain. No. And that's where
the pain pills came in.
That was where the train left the station.
And so, what happened to you as you started taking? I think you said OxyContin earlier.
A cocktail. I went from zero pain medication to, within 6 months, my daily prescribed dose was 240 milligrams of OxyContin ER, 60 milligrams of Percocet or oxycodone, and 40 milligrams of Valium.
And at what point did you realize, I can't live without this anymore?
I can't tell you the exact point. It could have been the time that I drove my car with our daughter in the car seat to go get a refill at CVS and nodded out at the steering wheel and hit a tree going 60 miles an hour.
Putting your daughter in serious danger.
I almost killed her. It could have been that time when one of the two accidental overdoses, the time after my intentional failed overdose. There were a lot.
You know, we don't often, we know when our war heroes come home, we celebrate them and we're so excited, but these are the effects these are the long-lasting effects of that service. And you came about this so innocently. This wasn't somebody, you weren't some guy who was on the street just trying to get high.
No, ma'am. I just wanted, I wanted to, I understand that, get injured,
yeah, be
repaired,
right,
had me cleared to redeploy and go back and deploy again.
Right.
And somewhere along the lines, the repair process broke down, and I looked up, and I went, early in my career, I was an escort for Presidents Clinton and Bush at the White House, and I tell you that not to brag, but to give you a comparison and contrast. I went from being an escort to two sitting presidents to a full-blown drug addict like that.
Wow.
I mean, I looked up, and the medication and the pain controlled my entire life.
Now you have I want to make sure I get it right here, you have a spinal cord stimulator. You were part of the trial for that.
Yeah, I had a trial for the spinal cord stimulator.
Okay.
It's a process where they let you, it's one of the only medical procedures where you can try before you actually undergo the procedure.
Okay.
Once you have if you decide you want to have a spinal fusion, it's a one and done.
Right.
I hope that works for you. With
right.
this, you're able to go in. I call it a test drive. You go in, and for 5 or 7 days, I actually have the device that I've had currently implanted,
right,
and I go home and I do the things that I wanted to do for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whether it's play with my daughter or walk her around Walt Disney World,
yeah,
and see how this device, the stimulator, helps mitigate my pain.
And it means no more pain pills.
does. I'm more than 6 years and 4 months completely clean from opiates.
What do you say to somebody out there who's watching right now, and I know that there is somebody out there watching right now who is struggling with pain pills for whatever reason and however they got to that point? What do you want them to know about hope that possibly is around the corner?
That's always such a tough question.
Yeah. Because you kind of have to know for yourself. It was 2011 really when you hit rock bottom, right?
Yes. And then another rock bottom and another rock bottom. Yeah. I wish I was more articulate and I wish I was more intelligent so I could relay this in a more effective manner, but the medication combined with the pain can make you feel like you're in such a place of despair and hopelessness that there is no way out. And really, I think the way a lot of patients, the way I was able to get a second chance was patient education. Talking to my doctor, going to my doctor, saying, what we're doing I know isn't working. Even though I know going on withdrawal is going to be bad, I know coming off the meds is going to be bad, what we're doing isn't working. I don't have a quality of life. My daughter doesn't have a quality of life. What are my alternatives? And once you start getting answers to those questions and hearing about different procedures, different options, things like spinal cord stimulation, it gives you some of what's been taken away, some of that hope back.
And such a juxtaposition, because here you are, a guy who rushed into the Pentagon at its worst hour to save people. So strong, so mentally strong, yet these pills still had a hold on you.
They did. My life literally revolved around how many pills are in the bottle, how many calendar days are there until my refill, when is my next refill, who's going to take me to CVS. And
so now you travel the country most of the year to talk to veterans, to talk to other groups, just
veterans, physicians, patients, with the goal of helping people come to that realization that there are other options than a life medicated in a medication fog.
Sure.
And that you can have massive injuries, multiple spinal fractures, and still go to Disney World with your daughter. And you maybe be in some pain, but it's manageable. And you're clear-headed, and you can have a quality life, and which will then has a ripple effect to your family.
Sure.
That's
in the community.
Yes,
I know you're here right now with Boston Scientific, just kind of spreading this word and getting the message out. And you had been in tremendous pain, not just physically, but also mentally. And it's really eye-opening to hear from somebody like yourself just about the grip that the addiction has on people. So thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we'll post more of it so people can find out more information about you and your journey.
Thank you so
much. On our website. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.
We'll send it back to you.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Amanda. Coming up, we will show you one area getting in on high water from heavy rain and a bunch of drivers who did exactly what you're not supposed to do in high water, and look at the result.